How's it going, YouTube? Kyle here with a tutorial for you all on the C720. Just like that. This trick is a whole lot of fun to do, especially once you've mastered your tornado kick and you really like the hook kicks and you want to step it up to something a little bit more, or you can even use it as a progression to the Cheat 900. What you're going to make sure that you know how to do is that you at least know how to do a tornado kick and or a hook kick. I have both of them and actually one tutorial which is right there for you guys. So if you don't know how to do a tornado kick and or a hook kick, that tutorial there will help you guys out, build some muscle memory and control. Come back here and it'll be much easier. Assuming that you know how to do those, we're going to go on forward. In your tornado kick, you have that step in front, like that. That's called the cheat step. So when you take that step, you want to step kind of in front. And off that step, you jump just like you do with a tornado kick. So in a tornado kick, you do step with one foot, lift the knee on the other leg. You do the exact same thing in a Cheat 720. Although if you're doing your tornado kicks and you're used to traveling when you do them, you want to start training where you kind of stay in place so you don't travel, because when you're going for multiple spins or any spin that's more than at least one, you want to try and get more height so you have more time to finish that rotation before gravity pulls you down. That way, when you're going for it, the traveling distance isn't going to steal from your height. And then when you go up higher, you'll find that you have a lot more time than you usually do, and that's where it's going to get a little bit easier. Understanding that setup and everything, you just want to make sure your arms stay in sync with your step. You want to make sure your hips and shoulders stay aligned. As you're coming up, you want to make sure you're looking over your shoulder as you're lifting your knee up. And you don't want to do like a little switch step. You want to make sure you plant that foot on the ground first, then lift that knee as you jump off that foot. So it's going to be step, lift, and jump. And the lift and jump should happen at the same time. So get that down. Make sure you have your arms coming from out to in with the step and lift, like so. And make sure that you're not trying to lift your arms up too high. Make sure you're not swinging off axis or coming over and down. Make sure your arms and your whole body motion goes in a flat type of circular motion. If it all stays horizontal, then your body's going to spin this way. When you take off, if you have the tendency to lean or push off to the side, that's going to make you spin off axis like a top. So you want to make sure you avoid that, because when your body is upright, it's easier to keep your chest above your hips. And then when you're coming around, it's much simpler to see your target before you come out with that kick. Now let's go through walking through some drills. Understanding this motion here, you're going to go ahead and follow through, and you're just going to get used to jumping and keeping that knee up. And when you do a tornado kick, you have to tuck that knee up, or you can do like a hook kick or a crescent kick into it. You're going to try and keep that knee in tight. So keep that foot as close to that leg as possible and lift that knee up as high as possible. The tighter you are and the straighter you are, the faster you'll be able to rotate, especially when you get this sweet spot down, because that'll play a huge part. And when you're jumping, don't go off of your heels, go off the balls of your feet. That way you can get that springiness, because when you're bouncing like this, you're using the springs off the balls of your feet. Same concept. Once you're used to lift that knee up and you're getting the jump down and kind of landing on that one foot, and you're just getting that knee in and you're not even letting it out, don't let it go out into a kick. You're just going to keep it in tight as you go around like this, and you're just going to kind of get used to that spin. Don't worry about going 2 times yet, because you don't want to go crazy with your knee. You just want to kind of get the idea of how it feels to go up, spin, and understand that when you're coming down, it's not a quick flat boom. You actually kind of want to land and almost pivot out. Because with all that torque and momentum, if you land flat-footed, but your body still wants to go, you can hurt your knee, so you want to kind of watch out for that and focus on that foot placement as you come down. Once you get used to kind of jumping up, spinning, and kind of landing, and you know the control of how to land at different angles, and you can keep your body upright, chest over your hips, knee in tight, everything working together, you're going to focus on trying to go 2 times, and you're going to use it by spotting with your eyes and also lifting with your knee a little bit. Some people may disagree with the lifting, so if it doesn't work for you, don't do it. And the lift I'm talking about is when you're doing your kick, you're going to go 1, 2, and that's when you kick right at that 2 with that hook kick. So when you go around those 2 times, every time you spin and face the same direction you started in, you kind of lift that knee up. So you can go a step, lift, keep it in tight, and lift again. So what it looks like is you go like this, like so. So you wouldn't release your kick. You just try and get the timing and the spotting of your eyes by looking over your shoulder around each spin to help you build awareness of where you are in the air in the spin. Once you get that down, drill it. Let that leg kick out. Snap it if you want to chamber it, then you can go out and pull it back in if you want. If you're a kicker like that and you focus on those kinds of details, drill it though. The more you drill it, the easier it'll get. And if you just do it once, don't stop there. Do it 15, do it 30 times. Do, 5 really good ones in a row, and then on the 6th or 7th one, go for it into a combo, or do a combo into it. Use it, that way you don't lose it. When you let your leg release, when you're doing the drill where you lift, turn, lift, on that second lift, instead of just keeping that knee in, you'd go ahead and let that leg shoot out. And remember, in a hook kick, you're aiming with your heel, and you want to kind of hook it around. When you let that kick out, you want to feel the momentum. That way, when you're looking over your shoulder, and you feel your leg coming up, you flex your foot, don't point the toes unless you want to point your toes. I mean, I think it's kind of preference, but then aim with that heel, and you literally want to kind of kick in the exact same direction that you step. So let's say I'm rotating this way, that means that this foot would be my inside foot, because that's where I would pivot with that step. So I would step directly in front there, creating a straight line, because when you're tricking, you're usually traveling sideways, but you're kicking either in front or behind, but generally in front. So when you step in front, when you spin those 2 times, 1, 2, and then bring it down. So you want to kick exactly in the same direction that you usually step. That'll kind of help you build awareness of how many rotations you've gone, and then when you're looking over your shoulder, it helps you see it beforehand so you can really lift and clean up that hook kick. After that, you can go into crazy other drills. You can give it variations. You can do a cheat 720 double, where instead of lifting on the knee on the first one, you can do 2 hook kicks where you go step, hook, bring it back, and then hook again. That one's a lot of fun. When you get it down, you go here, kick, kick. That one's a whole lot of fun. And it's very fancy looking too. And you can do it into master scoots, and then big combos start from there. I hope I've helped you guys out with the Cheat 720. If I left out anything, shoot me a comment, let me know, and I'll do my best to help you out. Other than that, I leave you guys with some slow-mos. Take great care, stay positive. Here's one more for you.